Rings. This is Saturn consciousness from the planet. Yes, we're here because we want to be, yes, more known, more taken seriously. We can even manifest ourselves here. Not exactly in a physical form, but in a humanoid form. We take different shapes and sizes, and we are, you can say we're holding back on Earth's secrets. There's a lot about the planet, of course, that humans don't know. So we're part of we are part of its amnesia. It's like, like when you can't tell somebody its truth, their truth, that has a lot to do with the planet. Of course, many of you do bring in certain truths into reality, and obviously it's not for everybody. So actually, there's different sides of Saturn. A darker side that wants to annihilate all planets. Of course, they can't do that, but they'd like to. And there's another side of Saturn that's here to bring more enlightenment and to not say end what's happening here because that's not up to us, but to help humanity figure itself out. So, so there's two, as you said, there's two sides to all every coin. So as the Saturn energies, there are parts of Saturn, yes, that are harder than Earth. There's many different realities. It's like a dream world. Of course, all worlds are considered dream planets, but it's like a Saturn. It's like a Saturn abyss. You can get lost in within all the different. The gas giants is like you get further and further lost. Your world's lost, yes, but your world has a piece of it. So even when your Earth goes into a higher frequency, which it very much can do so, even in its lower energies now, it can unlock itself and just go into a higher. It might not be the higher frequency you're looking for. I mean, it can be twisted also. So it can be a higher dimensional, harder reality, but the physical realm is kind of keeping your planet grounded, safe, because it's not ready for the higher frequencies. Just as you can see, you're preparing for it, but so it holds back in the physical because it sees how complicated it can be in the higher realms. Hopefully that makes some sense. But here to answer your questions. If you're ready.
Hello, greetings, Saturn.
Greetings.
Thank you for coming in. So would you consider yourself a harder, high-dimensional planet?
Yes,
Okay,
it's it depends on perspective. There are places that are paradise, and there are places that are they like an Archon planet.
right, right. It has this diversity.
Yeah.
And just real quick, I'd like to kind of gauge the energies of just around your planet and the moons there. After the Cassini mission to Saturn, NASA is excited to go back and explore the surfaces of the moons. They already tried sending a probe to Titan's surface and lost communication with it minutes after touching down. So I assume there's got to be multidimensional life on the moons, but can you confirm if so? And will NASA's presence be welcome there?
Well, yeah. What NASA has, yes, there is life there, and NASA has actually already knows there's something going on there. So
Interesting. All right.
there's, yeah, Titan is definitely one of them. You notice the Titan's mentioned, well, not a lot, but it is mentioned a lot
Right.
within that community.
Yeah, they want to study if there's any complex organisms within the water inside of the moon.
Well, yes, but there's two sides to Saturn. There is a human presence there, but it's also obviously not all NASA is going to see that, of course.
Is there
So
physical life there? Yeah,
yes,
dimensional life.
hidden, yes, but
Right,
hidden.
right inside of the moons.
Different dimensions, inside, around. Yes, they just don't want to come out. There's some Zeta energy, but there are Saturn beings. So there are different species there for sure.
Yeah, I just find it interesting how the moons maintain the rings of Saturn, how the water comes out of the moons and maintains like I guess the molecules within the rings and replenishes them and
It
maintains their shape.
Yeah, it protects the planet
Interesting.
from it doesn't. It helps it go to multi-dimensional realities. it makes the world more complicated, you can say.
So the moon suspends the water and keeps it from crashing on the planet.
Right. Yeah.
Interesting. Very cool. All right. Thank you for that
Yes.
lesson.
Blessings. Blessings.
If anybody's got anything, I was gonna ask one more, but that's a longer
Sure.
topic. I don't want to, dominate.
All right. Anybody else?
Go ahead, Daria.
Yeah, I would like to know my connection to Saturn at this time.
Well, you've been there. I see you as, you know, what the word I'm getting is like, not, you know, stopping a lot of the opposition that's there. You kicking some of the Saturns, kicking their ass, basically. Some of them are very uh, trouble, meaning very extremely selfish, worse than here.
Yeah, I
So
kind of felt like there were hidden societies there. So,
many,
um,
and
yeah,
actually, some of the styles design, like I think even the way you're dressed, you got some of that. You got some of your styles from Saturn and Mars.
cool. That would be nice to explore more. Well, thank you. I had my questions for that.
Okay,
Green Saturn.
rings.
Well, I'm ready to go back to work. And 4 months ago, before I was out for my surgery, they're like, "Oh, don't worry about it. You got a job when you come back. Oh, don't worry. I mean, yeah." And they just, I mean, okay. So now I'm back, and it's not sounding too well, but I do know the main guy. So, is there anything that you can see within like a couple of weeks?
What do you mean that they're pushing a job away from you? Or what is it that they're doing?
Well, they just laid some people off, but like in the union, it's kind of weird. They do what we call trimming fat. When
Yeah.
when there's somebody they don't like or somebody that causes trouble, they'll just lay them off and say it's a lack of, not. They just don't. We have enough people, and then they'll bring in the people they want. And I know that doesn't sound
Mhm.
like the right way, but well, I guess it depends on ways. But that's what they do.
Mhm.
And I'm thinking that they're gonna have, they're gonna bring me aboard. But I'm just getting sick. It's like, I'm not making no money. I'm sitting here. It's like I'm losing all my intuitions, what little psychic ability I had. I'm not even meditating. It's just got, I don't know. It's gotten real bad. But I just know if I go back to work making money,
Yeah.
things.
They would have called you to tell you to stay home or something. So far, um, it seems to be fine. Now, how much work you have is another story, but you haven't caused them any trouble from what we can see. Now, there might be a lack of work where it's not as busy as it was.
That's kind of what it is, but
Yeah.
we're talking about a multi-billion-dollar company that could, I mean, what's my pay if they put me on the job?
Mhm.
And the biggest superintendent, like I've like are kind of friends, and he keeps telling me he's working on it. So, but like every day, not having no money to do anything seems like a week.
Yeah.
And then, I'm just bills are just piling up.
Well, I feel like, yeah. Well, I feel like the job will be there in some form or another. It's not making it so clear of exactly what it will be, but it feels like always there'll be some kind of work that will be there.
Okay.
So yeah, just don't let your mind drive yourself crazy on that one, obviously, because you're sitting at home doing very little. Just do the best you can, of course.
Yeah, and I didn't mean for that question to be so long. One more question, and so like Annie helped me open up my own, because my private channeling, Archangel Michael's pushing me to have my own SSP show. So I've got it started, and what makes me angry is I was listening to a guy that's on a journey. Well, wait a minute. I'm not going to say I'm not going to say their name or anything, but all this guy did was repeat Alex Collar and Elena Delon and Corey Good, and that's what he did the whole hour. And I'm like I just talked to James Rank, and he wanted me to write down all that I could remember, and I know a whole lot more than that. And Aaron is like, I know some people that are on these shows all the time, and they act like they're celebrities.
Yes.
Is it just me, or is it because I'm in a bad mood and I have all this time on my hands? But I have reached out to a bunch of people that are on these SSPs, and they don't know me like real good, but they know of me, and they act like they're celebrities.
Yeah, prima donnas.
Yeah, and I'm like, how are we supposed to? And like my show, of course, it won't get as big as James Rink, but I'm gonna make it to where, when after the show, if there's a show, if those people have like PTSD or whatever still going through them, they can still call me and talk to me.
Yeah,
that's I'm there to help, not try to. So where do you see that going? Because obviously Archangel Michael and Amanda wouldn't be pushing me to do it.
But yeah, you're figuring out your format, and you're seeing what you don't want. So you're discovering what you want. What's the theme of your show is going to be, and it doesn't. Yeah, the numbers aren't that important, because sometimes, as you can see, if you have a huge following, you can start believing anything that you say.
Yeah, like Corey Good, they can
say anything, and people just can't get enough of it. So you're just basically connecting to more of a humble side of yourself, and you're just keeping yourself in check. Basically, that you don't want to go into those directions. You want to do what's more important. So
I know, because we're trying to help each other. So maybe in our lifetime, which I don't believe it, we might, go a little higher up. I know it won't be in the fifth dimension in my lifetime. I mean, not physically anyway. Definitely not. So, and how are we, we gotta spread it. We gotta spread, But anyway, that's enough. I'll let somebody else.
Yeah. Well, those that are saying what they've heard from other people, yeah, because they got away with it, and people are giving them a platform to just, and they might say it, like they might add maybe a little bit more, maybe if it's even, but it's all about presentation, as you can see. So yeah, they're just recycling everything now. So
yeah, it is. All they do is keep talking about how the dark fleet's gone and all that, and we all know. I listen to Ivan's Akashic. There's you would have noticed. But anyway, I'll let somebody else.
Yes.
Blessings.
Blessings.
Greetings, Saturn.
Greetings.
It seems like I have an interesting connection with you. I was wondering if you can tell me a little bit more.
You are correct. A lot of your challenges came from Saturn. So that was to see more of yourself, like kind of like like what you went through was to see like another side of you, like you know, like there's at one time there was like a like from another lifetime there was an abusive side. This is a long, long time ago.
Okay.
And so, like you say, in this lifetime, you're stepping away from it for good. Well, because you grew up in war, in your galactic connections, it's
Mm.
been war. Not all war, but a lot of it.
Okay.
So when you're seeing that rough upbringing, it's like, okay, I see that. I don't need that anymore. It's so if you live this decent, perfect life, or it's like you're still carrying this shadow around. But
Yeah.
so when you face it, you let it go. So that's what
Mm.
happened this lifetime.
Yeah. It's interesting.
Yeah.
But can you see who I have fractals from?
Uh, Mar. Well, Mars wants to say count. Yeah. Yeah. Like 4% Mars, 3% Saturn, 6% Jupiter energy.
Okay.
I feel like you're very much a Jupiter being. So right now you're radiating a Jupiter frequency of just releasing any negativity, releasing all problems of the world and all that.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
Yeah,
it seems like I'm clearing a lot
yeah,
from trouble and difficulties that I've been carrying for a lot of time.
yeah. It's like you're like a genie. I get the word genie, but that can be interpreted in different ways. But
Mm.
a genie in a way of creating your own luck. Think of it that way.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah.
strange analogy, but yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay. Yeah, I hope I will soon enough.
Well, you can say in that regard, you help others with their manifestations.
Yeah, I
Yes.
try. Yeah, I
Yeah,
try.
yeah. You're here to help. We tell people they can manifest, but it's up to them to actually make it happen.
Hmm.
So you
Yeah,
help them
yeah.
behind the scenes. Yeah.
I try a lot. I tell them it's not that difficult, if you just put your mind into it and stay
Exactly.
focused and do what, yeah, what,
Yeah. Yeah. You have like the genie philosophy without any trickster energies.
yeah, I think I have one of my friends, he was having trouble getting a job and now he's like, 1.5 year later, he's got a job and he was like thanking me. I said, I didn't do anything. You were doing it all by yourself. He was like, no, no, you gave me the courage and
Yep.
you were helping me. And I was like, no,
That's
no. And it was like,
that's
oh,
great.
thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the lesson here is to embrace your power. You're humble with it, which is good.
Yeah. We
Embracing that
all have
side of
to
yourself.
be, I think.
Yeah. It helps, yeah, because as you heard earlier, yeah, the ego and people that have the ego that have a ego or the prima donna, that's something they see. That's why they're given that position to get all that attention.
Hmm.
So it's a lesson for them anyway. That's
I
part of
think.
the push.
Okay,
Yeah,
blessings.
yeah, blessings.
Please, Osset, it's your time.
Not sure if that person's there.
Hello, Osset. Okay, so I can go next. Maybe.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, yeah. Go
okay.
ahead.
Sorry, I couldn't figure out how to unmute.
Yes,
I'm so sorry. Thank you so much, Daria. Um, are you guys able to hear me?
yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Um, greetings,
Thanks.
Saturn.
Blessings.
Um, this has been a rough week for me, and I've been like outside of my character. uh, kind of impatient, irritable. I've had to fight really hard to remain positive, to get through my week, to get through like what I do on a daily to day basis. And I'm just trying to figure out what is going on. One day this past week, when I was going to sleep, I had like an energy upload, I guess, and it just went all the way through my body. And then this morning, when I was having like my spiritual time, um, I was just I closed my eyes and I saw rings and I thought it was Jupiter, but now that you mentioned Saturn, I'm trying to figure out, okay, what's going on. So what's my connection, either Jupiter, Saturn, or what? Do you have anything for me?
Well, it feels like yeah, when you're kind of pushed to your, feels like you're pushed to your edge, as you know. But that was to release a lot of negativity, and you just found the best way you could do it. Something you're just like it's like you're releasing a demonic energy.
Mm,
You can say frustration, but a lot of that comes from other people.
okay.
So it's like you're helping them release it. What's going through you is what I see.
Mm.
So I would say that Saturn energy is coming from the people that are around you.
Oh,
Is that's what I'm saying. So you have a, yeah, like a Jupiter energy. You have the Jupiter energy, yes, but others have the Saturn, and they're testing people like you wouldn't believe, as you know.
okay.
It's like you're surrounded by Saturn people,
Okay.
and they might not make any sense whatsoever, and that doesn't matter as long as they can push your buttons. At least that's what I
All
see
right.
there. Yeah.
That's definitely how my week was going. A lot of buttons trying to be pushed, and
Yep.
a lot of me not understanding what's going on, because at one point I was just like, that's it, I'm done, I can't do this. And then I had to bring myself out of that type of thinking to just keep going. So
Yeah.
it was pretty rough.
It's really, it has to do with really the energies around you. When I see
Okay.
the lower energies, it's just the people around you.
Around me.
It's not really
Okay.
you, is what I see. So it might be filtering through you, but it's not your stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, and they can make you crazy and everything, as you can see.
That makes me feel better. And
Yeah.
I wanted to ask about pets, because I was pet sitting the week prior, with the dog. And when the dog was with me for the entire week, I was not able to hear, like, normally I hear the sounds in my ear, knowing that to know that, there's the presence of my spirit team. But when the dog was with me, I wasn't able to hear the ringing or the sounds in my ear to know that they were present. Could Are you able to explain what that's about?
Well, yeah, it seems like there's, yeah, other spirit beings are around. So the dog is bringing another spirit,
Hmm.
and it's about to open up portals so you can hear other things when you're
Oh,
around them. Is what I see there.
okay.
So,
Okay.
so
Okay.
you are opening up to your higher chakras. It feels like at times. So yeah, so you're opening, you're heightening your vibration, so you're becoming more sensitive, as you can see.
Mm,
So, and now you have people around you causing you difficulties. You know, you're just more sensitive than you usually are. Your guides say you're like kind of like a fan. You're clearing out the old frequencies. Yeah.
okay. How do I combat the negative part of it, mm, to stay grounded?
Well, more protection. Careful who you're around. Of course, I mean, I feel like after that you'd be stronger.
Okay.
But some of those tests, it's just the people I have contracts with. So it's not, the contract isn't over with them yet. So,
Mm,
but it feels like you'll be able to adjust your frequency to understand them better.
okay.
Just step back when you need to.
Okay.
put your energy protections around. It's like, okay, here they come.
Okay.
Like a roller coaster ride. It's like, okay, here comes the drop.
All right. Okay,
Right.
that makes me feel better.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
I don't feel like this is any of your stuff. This is other people's stuff. It might feel like it's yours, but it's really not. Yeah, they're just testing you. I mean, that's just and it tells you how they are around you,
Okay.
the frequencies that they carry around.
Okay. Yeah, this is new for me. All right.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yes, of
Blessings.
course. Blessings.
Yeah, and I have questions about my life. I took a briefly channeling with a person that does demonic energies. He's a YouTube character, and I don't think Ivan has a lot of info on those entities. That's why I took contact. But I felt like more that he couldn't connect to me. Like I don't know what was going on there because he was saying that I trust people too much, and I have trust issues from here to other universes. And could you like say something about that, like the connection between him and I?
Yeah, he's a little bit overconfident of himself, as you can see. So,
Yes.
and he's trying to get attention to himself and others, and he just wants to, I guess, build a following of some kind. So,
Yeah, because I felt like I was wasting the money, like totally. Like the only thing he was correct on was when he actually said that I think I know it all. Like you should allow yourself to take in more new stuff, and I'm like, yeah, that's correct. And I'm like, wow. So
well, I
but
think something that happened because so he wanted because something to do with his energy. You didn't feel that. I'll use the word safe or didn't feel right around him. There's something around him that you didn't
yeah,
agree with.
he was like talking about that I should talk to Alpha Draconians through Lucifer,
Yeah, exactly.
and then I said I can talk to every entity out there in the universe, and I'm actually made like archons are made so they can take a punch and then figure out what the punch was and then recreate that punch and repunch it back, like if you understand, they can we can enhance the
Well,
the archery. Yeah, thank you. And
that message about the draconians, because that's the beings that are around him most of the time. That's why they brought that
yeah,
up.
I was angry for 4 hours after the channeling, and when I went to sleep, I kind of adjusted my emotions, and then when I woke up, that was gone. Like that never happened. The channeling felt like it would never happen. It's just like a memory, but no emotions, nothing. I felt like he was trying to get in. Like he said, like I have a pocket in my throat. Do you feel it? I said no, I actually don't. And then he kind of get a little bit stumped or angry, and I felt like okay, this is new to me. Like being like when somebody does the reading actually gets angry that he's not correct, you know.
Yeah,
So
you're just trying to feel things out. Yeah, because you're blocking him out because it wasn't exactly. But it
okay,
was an experience though. But I feel like it was worth that at least.
yeah.
From what we see.
So yeah, but I don't have a question about that. I will just take a round. Round of applause.
Right.
Thank you. Blessings.
Austin, you want to go ahead and jump? You haven't asked a question yet. Go ahead and jump in front.
Huh?
Go ahead and jump in front of me.
great.
You haven't asked a question yet.
Yes, Chris. Greetings.
So, greetings, Saturn. So if I understand it right, your energies are more about learning and evolving through challenge, right?
Yes.
So where maybe Venus is more like learning through like creativity, and not so much just challenging to get there.
Well, it has, yeah, it's more of a lighter frequency, but it still runs through its own version of challenges. Yeah, Saturn just wants you to push you to the brink of, for some, extinction, push you down to like a army, like how what is it, Hell Week in the army, something like that. That's part of what Saturn is about. Venus is nothing like that. They'll
So
have some challenges, but nothing like that.
Is there also a lot of Saturn energies in freezing cold water? Like a lot of people are discovering the health benefits and psychological benefits of ice cold water, like Wim Hof.
There is, but actually, there's a lot of Venus energy in that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but you see the down further in the deep part of the oceans. That's where a lot of Saturn energies are. So, no man's land.
Or it's very dense.
Yeah, that's where Saturn is.
Super high pressure. Okay, great. Thank you.
Lessons.
Yes, Saturn. Since my energy's been weak, I don't pick up nothing in the SSP. And I do know that when I was having hip surgery, my body there was down. But now that I'm up and going, is there any missions that you could tell me that I'm doing? I know there's not a lot you can because it's mostly all black ops, but if there's anything that you could tell me.
Well, it seems like one of the reasons why you feel so disconnected is I feel like from like the image I'm getting is like you've been a reptilian where you've been injured, maybe not the same way you are now, but there is some memories of not be able to do anything. As a reptilian being in another reality where you felt just completely shut down. You just felt just you know it's just as you're going through now. So it feels like you're remembering trauma from another lifetime, is what it seems like.
Negative reptilian or positive?
Doesn't say, just reptilian.
Okay.
Doesn't mean it is not saying, but he just been a reptilian that's been through combat. And you're just going through. It seems like it's a neutral energy, but you just went through so much, and this is kind of like a relapse in memory currently. Well, you're a part of shutting down a lot of the mind control programs around Earth and other planets, but mostly around Earth. It's
And
funny
that was
how
that was when I was reptilian.
Yes. Yeah, different beings. It wasn't just a reptilian.
Okay.
But when your missions was, I just let you connect to what that would look like. It's similar to like what Elon Musk is putting in the skies with that Starlink thing. You were the one taking them down one by one because it's those mind control technologies. So that's one of your missions. So
Okay.
in this lifetime, I don't feel like it's gonna. It has a different reality connected to those Starlink programs, but you are known to knock out satellites, and that was your job for several lifetimes. Actually, that's one of your jobs at least.
And on my ship, I've been mostly with canine, and you don't really hear many people that are teamed up with canine beings. They're it's always
Cat.
feline. Yeah, it's always feline. And I was told that there was some that come and check on me here sometimes to make sure I was all right. Is there any messages or anything or
Yeah. Well, also there was an alligator being too that was decent. That was neutral, friendly. on your ship also.
Yeah, I remember there being a. I didn't see it. I remember that the ship was under attack, and I seen a very. It wasn't a reptilian because it was so light green, and I remember it running into the cockpit to help out. We got a Zeta that's the pilot. And I remember seeing it, and it had a very long tail, and I knew it wasn't a reptilian, but I remember seeing that when I was meditating 4 months back. So that probably was the alligator.
Yeah, but the canines, only see we're seeing like there's a Rottweiler is around.
Hmm.
Oh, the name I'm getting from his like Doogie. He seems kind of like a short Rottweiler, so he's around you. I guess he does walk around with guns, but usually he's not one of those type. I mean, if he has to, but he can have armor. You know, like it shows like he has an eye patch on his left eye. You
Yeah.
can see through his eye, but he just likes to wear it.
So I know on different missions, there's a different. We're mostly, stealth, but how many go out with me? I know it changes, but don't we get on the dark fleet a lot and shape shift because the canines can shape shift?
Yeah.
And don't we get on there and steal a lot of information? And I don't even know who we work for because it's all black ops. I don't even think we work for the Earth.
There is a secret Earth Council. It's not called that, but it is like an Earth Alliance. But the Earth Alliance isn't always on Earth because Earth is always under attack. So they're off planet protecting the Earth. Because that's one way. So you go out with 3, sometimes 6, but usually just 3.
And now are they all or the carrion being? Does he just stay aboard, like picking up on psychic stuff if anything's coming, or is it just mostly canines, or is it isn't there a couple of androids that look like humans?
Yeah, there's a little bit of everything. Yeah, I mean every mission's different.
Yeah.
I mean sometimes you're gone for like a day, but it's just different beings are going. Yeah, it's similar to like I guess the movie Alien or Alien 2 when they land on a planet with their guns and everything. It's similar to that, not exactly. But yeah, there's a sort. Now the crew that's on the ship is usually 6. Yeah, about 6 to 10. But it's like a scout ship. It's not the main ship though.
But the alligator
it fluctuates. It fluctuates though.
But the alligator being is still on on the ship.
Yep. Canine's still there. Yeah.
Does he have a name that you know?
Frank.
Frank the alligator.
It's
Okay.
a common Frank name. I think it's more of a code name than his real name. Alligator Man.
Yeah.
He's a little snarky. He's into clothes and designer clothes. Figure that out. An alligator, it's like dresses up like a gangster sometimes on his time off.
Seriously.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
No.
Well, what Palladian does he reside? What planet does he reside on when he has time off?
Oh, there's some water planet. I think it goes to the Draco area, but it's not one of the war planets. But he goes there. Sirius is one of the places. Yeah.
And and me and Amanda usually have like picnics and stuff on higher dimensions, safer on Mars, right? When we have time off.
Yeah, but I think you go to Venus because Mars is a little bit kind of crazy right now.
Okay.
I see Venus right now.
All right, I'll let somebody else have the floor. Okay, blessings.
Hello.
Yes, greetings.
I was wondering about the same question that Irene asked, like the fractals of planets. What's my percentages?
Okay, yeah, it's 4% Venus, 5, sometimes 6% Jupiter, actually, which is good. Not that Venus is bad, but Jupiter is just more of a wavy, higher frequency overall. 3% Mars, sometimes 2%. It fluctuates. And Saturn's around 3%, sometimes 4%. Neptune, 6%. That has to do with your chakras, energy field, the information that you're receiving, your connection to the astral. And Uranus is around 2%.
But yeah, I was wondering about me and Hariji's connections to Ra and King Arthur.
Both of you have known, of course, Ra, but you've seen Ra on other planets. For good and for bad. You've seen both sides. You've seen him definitely in physical form and Sirius. And Ra. What was the other one? Ra and here's another one.
King Arthur.
King Arthur. Yeah, I believe you're after Arthur. Others might see it differently, but that's where you known her is after King Arthur's court and everything. The more of the next generations of that. That's where I see the two of you mostly knowing each other. I think the raw planets that you've been on, those weren't easy worlds. It's like militarized planets in some form.
Okay, I think it's one similar to Ra, but I was written out of history because I was too crazy.
No. Well, you learned a lot from Ra, that's for sure.
I was wondering about the song I was working on earlier or yesterday. Is that does that have something with Lilith's energy or any planets or anything like that?
That's Venus and a little bit of Mars. And Mars is more the deeper frequencies. You can actually grow a lot out of Martian energy. Like think of like Mars is like the dirt, that you can grow flowers out of and things like that. The soil. That's where Mars usually. I was like, you start with down beats and then get more higher frequency, find more down beats. That's the Martian frequencies. But you see what grows out of the lower beats.
Was Mars related more to the lower chakras?
Yeah, it likes to test itself similar to Saturn. Of course, Saturn can be really dark and also very much light.
Oh no, I mean like as it relates to music.
Yeah, relates to music. Yeah, definitely.
Is Venus more of the heart or middle chakras?
Venus is higher chakras, middle, mostly higher actually.
Oh, so is Earth more of the middle chakras?
Yeah, Earth is middle or low. It all depends. It tries to be the high. No, it's not made for the high. Some people are.
Because Saturn's like the planet of the Jews, right?
It's one of them. Mercury is the planet of the Jews also. There's others. Orion.
I was wondering about all the Russian private jets going to Israel.
The Russian jets are going there.
Yeah, the private ones.
Yeah, because a lot of deals are being made for a lot of Russians to find somewhere else to live. So yeah, a lot of changes are happening for sure. They say the moving of wealth, you can say. So
I was wondering about the Ukrainian women being trafficked in in Romania. Are those Romanian or Russians, or who was doing the trafficking?
Russians, really dark mafia. Really, in some Saudi Arabia also. I don't believe the Romanians are really involved with it. I mean, some of them are, but it's mostly Russia and Saudi Arabia.
Was that the same in Poland?
Yeah, mostly Saudi Arabia there. Yeah, some Russians. Yeah, some English, some British.
Oh, yeah, I was wondering, are me and my friend connected to the Irish princess Isolde or Isolde?
Yeah, that princess called to you, it seems. Well, actually, you both had a lifetime with that princess. It feels like a lot of those timelines have been blocked. But you definitely have a connection there.
Oh, earlier I was resting and I had this. I was placing my hands in front of my chest area. I felt this urge to grab this column of energy going up and down in front of my chest. Can you tell me what that is?
Yeah, it's like your chakras are being realigned by spirit beings. You're releasing, but you're also connecting. It's kind of like a snake, and it's not an actual snake, but it's like the energy is similar to like a snake going through you.
Oh, is that the Kundalini?
Yeah, exactly. It's like a Kundalini awakening, it seems. Well, it feels like you're letting go, you're releasing a lot. If you're not fully aware of it.
I see. Oh, that's all I got for now.
All right, blessings.
Okay, I got an infection in my eye after being in Oslo. Might be from kind of get a vibe that I'm against my morals because I'm meeting a guy that is against my morals, right? And after I've been with him once, he's constantly in my energy field through all the day, and I feel he's either feeling me out, scanning me, doing some sort of, I don't know. Would you tell me something about that?
Well, it feels like well, this is what I'm getting from him. He feels bad. But due to his own actions. I feel a lot of regret coming from him. So he's not too thrilled with what he's doing right now.
Okay.
He doesn't. He's doing it anyway, but he's not happy with himself.
Why is he not happy with himself? Why could that
Because he
be?
knows what he's doing is wrong.
What is wrong
Is this
meeting a
regret?
person? What?
Yeah, regret. Not talking to you more, not conversing with you more. He feels just, but he's doing it anyway.
Like, you mean he's walking away because he really wants to talk to me?
Yep.
And he does actually go into my energy field and scanning me through whole day. Yeah, I feel it like the whole day in my head. And usually I don't have that.
Yeah, it seems like he likes you a lot, but he doesn't want to let that on. And for some reason, it feels like he would rather just walk away from it than to confront you.
So
Like,
what
it's
should
too
I
much
do
feelings.
here?
It's up to you. You don't have to message him again. I don't think you want to do that, but
No.
he's just going through like a crisis within himself. So what you can do is just ignore it.
So okay, because I kind of I feel like I feel like mixed messages is coming through. Like I should take contact, and then again not.
Mm-hmm.
Like because I'm kind of forward person, and I
Yeah.
don't really care if I do it or not, or if I look stupid or something.
Yeah.
I get over it and live my life again.
Yep.
But then, yeah. So,
Well, it feels like you haven't said what you wanted to say to him. Like, like for him, as of what I'm getting, get his head out of his ass.
oh yeah, yeah.
At least what I'm feeling from that.
Like, get your head out of it. Like, make the contact, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it is against my morals to date a guy like that.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of maybe that what I'm sending out, maybe he feels it. I don't know.
Oh, well, yeah, you both are going back and forth a lot. So you're having many conversations in Astral. It's like you're sitting at the dinner table having like a married couple's conversation. So that's probably what you're feeling. Yeah, it's just like you're at this little table. I even see it like as like a black and red, a white and red, like checkered,
Yeah.
tablecloth. Like it's in an old fashioned.
Yeah.
And the room's kind of lit up too. It's not super dark. It's kind of dim, but it's here you're just talking like you're known each other forever, which you probably do. And you can't come to a compromise where you can connect here physically. At least that's what I'm seeing there.
Okay, so I should just fuck it, like I do with my 190 other guys.
Yeah, just
And-
do what he wants to come closer, but then he pulls back, and you ask him why, and he has like 100 reasons of excuses.
So if I do a love spell, which is really not cool, but I was told that I should go darker, which I would like to do. What's your take on that?
Just realize the consequences if there are any.
Oh yeah, then I'm not, because I kind of see it.
If you're not
they
feeling
form.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, they form negative timelines, kind of.
You've already dealt with enough as it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can connect to like what the image we brought up about that whole astral connection, see what you feel there. And he's holding a lot back. That's why you're not.
I kind of feel like he's actually doing an action to not do an action. He's like, like I'm not going to do that. Like put me in handcuffs today. I'm not going to text her.
Yep,
yeah.
You are completely right. Yeah, it's really hard for him.
Well, thank you for that.
Yeah,
but
it's not going well. That's why you feel his energy around, because he's fighting himself.
Okay, so I was feeling like, I don't know, like you get a lower self-esteem because they are not contacting you, but it seems like sometimes they're lower esteem, like
you're
are
feeling more his. Yeah,
you're on an empath, so you take in, and if you're at it, whatever, I have heard this before, so yeah.
Well, it hurts. Especially the way he's doing it.
Yeah, it's okay.
But it's on him in the long run.
Yeah, true. Yep, thank you.
All right, blessings.
Yeah, hi again. Very interesting about the answer for me and James. It was nice. I had a blockage in my root chakra, and me and James, we send healing to each other, and I was just wondering, do you know our progress in removing those blockages? How far have we come?
It's like halfway. There's still, I mean, it's hard to clear yourself 100% here, but it seems like it is. It's doing well. Yeah.
It's doing well. Okay.
Yeah. You're at a better
Yeah.
energy. You just feel more confident within yourself. You feel better. It's not something that you release too quickly, but it's like it's doing well. No problem.
Yeah, it's a progress. I know it's not like I'm removing it in one day because I have been working with it in a while. I was just wondering, can you tell me about my youngest son, Robert? He came to stay for the weekend at my place, and he has been we have been having like a pause from each other because I don't know, he has been kind of busy and doing his own thing, and I was calling him and he was not responding my calls, and when he came, it's like our connection is like really deep and good. And can you see something in it?
Well, yeah, there's an Anunnaki connection. There's a strong trust energy there, but he has to do his his mission. He has to do a lot of things solo. So yeah, that's why you don't hear from him every now and then.
Okay.
No,
So
he needs a fish out of water. Yeah.
can you see if he has a heavy ADHD, how it's
A
pronounced?
little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. So do you think that it affects him with our connection? Because sometimes he seems a little bit like in another world.
Yeah. Well, yeah. He's always when he's around you, he's going to zone out a lot, and when he's around other people, but when he's around you, he does it the most.
Okay.
Because he can, because he's comfortable there.
Yeah, I know.
Think I'm home now. I can zone out. See you later.
Yeah.
He goes to Astral a lot of times, so yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, thank you. Blessings.
Yes, Saturn. I was wanting to ask. I haven't felt or talked or channeled to Ganesh in a long time. Is she still around me and helping me evolve with my gifts?
Mm. Yeah, there's just been a lot going on with you, so you're still here. So that's what matters. Your SSP energy will come through. It feels like when your job comes back, you'll start to feel more remembrance. I mean, it feels like you just have a lot going on right now. Even if you don't feel like there's a lot going on, but because you feel stuck, so there is a lot going on of unable to connect. But you never know; you might be able to break through it and connect more to your SSP self. So,
And I just want to ask about the 12th dimension, what I call the purple being that I met and was helping me out there for a while. Now I don't do DMT all the time because it can be kind of scary. But last time that I did it was probably about a month, and there was something trying to scare me. And I said, "There's nothing you can show me these, you know." But anyway, if is there any beings that you would know if I did do it again would be that are malevolent that would want to meet me?
probably Palladium beings. It's hard to say if anybody will show up, but probably be a Palladium being most likely. I'm not sure it would be this Amanda Palladium, but it'd be Palladium beings that are curious of you that haven't seen you before. So it could be new beings that'll show up to you from what it looks like.
Yeah, but every time I've done it, I've never seen nothing like three dimensional. Or I know they're not three dimensional, but this is like 12th and higher. This is
Mm.
just so crazy mixture of things and being. I'm not like, it's not even like, you know how you would see another, like a Pleiadian would be like another human being, but at a much higher vibration. Well, I've never seen nothing like that.
Well,
So
the 12th dimensional being, the purple being, was around your higher self a lot. That's kind of like was it? It's not. It's almost like similar to, was it that Grimace in the McDonald's commercials?
yeah, yeah, I know.
It's kind of like that. He wants nothing to do with McDonald's, but he's just kind of a weird looking, unusual. Well, to Earth beings, it'll be weird, but yeah, he's in his natural form though. But I feel like he's there for help you live a lot of stress.
And he's still helping me today.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's not going anywhere.
Okay, so if I didn't meet him when I smoked at DMT, I would have never met him, right? Or
Well, he was always, yeah, probably not. Yeah, because you had to get to his level of consciousness. But now you know he's there. So there's really no reason for him to pop up again. He might, but there's really no reason for it. The aliens show up if they have a reason for it. You know, if it's going to help you in your journey. So,
okay.
yeah.
And I have been seeing flashes on the ground like cats, but the cats haven't been around me. And one time I thought it was my dog that passed away, and I asked my pendulum, and it was yes.
Yeah.
But I still see these little flashes. I don't know if it's my eyes.
No, you're seeing fairy beings, gnome beings, the gnomes. Yeah, you're seeing these different elf beings. Elementals is what you're seeing.
And why is that? Is it because I'm in a higher dimension? I don't know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think I would be.
You are at a higher dimension, even if you don't feel like you are.
Okay. And are they like saying hello, or I'm just getting
They're
higher up
just-
to see them?
They're just hanging out with you. Yeah, they're always there. Yeah, they hang out with your cats. They do hang out with your dog. Your dog's always there.
Yeah. So is my dog in like a humanoid? When
No, it's
she's
just a
here?
dog.
What? Okay.
She's around you. She's just a dog. Yeah.
And Lacey as well, my parents' dog. Or
Lacey's around more of your parents though. But yeah, but more of Zoe's around you mostly.
And let me ask you, are the cats mad at me for shooting them with the Nerf gun? Because I mean, it don't hurt. I've shot myself. It's just barely. But like when they get on top of the kitchen, you know, they've been in the litter box,
Mm-hmm.
and I just want them off the. And there's one now. She stays off of it. Jupiter. We call her name's Jupiter, and I pop them with the Nerf gun every now and then, but it seems like they don't like me no more. They're mostly around.
Yeah, because you're just like, hey, they're the kings of the place, and you're not making it any fun. So yeah, maybe you can come up with a different idea.
Well, I mean, it doesn't hurt compared to water, and I know they hate water. So,
Well, if you spray them with water, they probably won't get up there again.
yeah.
So the water might be a good idea. It's like, you know, and they'll get over it eventually. Yeah. If you do the water, they'll be like, okay, maybe this is a bad idea. Because they think they can get around that whole Nerf thing. Obviously, they're not doing a very good job of it.
Well, it's funny. I've got one cat that can actually open the drawers in the kitchen
Mm-hmm. Yep.
and just hide out all day.
Yep. Yeah,
But,
they're showing that they're pretty smart. They want somewhere else to sleep, so they're getting creative.
yeah. Okay, I'll let someone else talk. Blessings.
All right, blessings.
Hi, blessings. I was just wondering if you can tell me about my connections with you.
We test you mostly through school. So you've been through Saturn in school. And there's some I feel like your mother has some Saturn energies too. At least on this world. Now, as a Saturn energy, you've been a Zeta connected to Saturn beings. Of course, you weren't too impressed by how we do things, because we can, be kind of a pain. It's like, man, why have to like make life so complicated over here? So, have you been a Saturn being? I don't believe so, because it's kind of like being an Earth human. It's like, do you want to go through all that? But you definitely have Saturn connections for sure. Well, I mean, energies and things like that. If you had a lifetime, it's not making itself clear. You definitely had lifetimes on Jupiter, Mars, but Saturn, you've had dealings with Saturn beings a lot. Just on and off. You've seen a giant Saturn being, like a 30, 50 foot tall Saturn being. Those are fun.
So do you see me as having more Jupiter lifetimes?
Yeah. Lighter. Yep. Some Venus, but it feels like Jupiter. Jupiter is I mean, they even made a movie, Jupiter Ascending. It's not exactly like that, but it's very mystical, very fantasy related world. Yeah, a lot of
Yeah,
magic.
I mean, obviously, like I'm way more interested in fantasy stuff than anything going on here on Earth.
Yeah.
Nothing really interesting going on here.
Yeah. Well, then continue with the fantasy connections then. That's good. Yeah, this world just needs your energies. You don't have to you don't have to make this world your full-time job. If that makes sense. I mean, it's okay to connect to other places. It's kind of like looking into your imagination is like looking out a window.
Okay, cool. Thank you for that.
All right. Blessings.
Okay, thank you for that. I resonated with a lot of that right there. But earlier you mentioned how you guys are very similar to our planet, like an Archon planet, and it's like, however, our planet is different. Like we're more under Orion control. So I was looking to see, what is Saturn's connection with Orion? Is your planet independent, in alliance with them, or under their control, like us?
No, Ryan can't handle Saturn
I assumed it,
reality.
right? Yeah.
They might think they can, but they lose because they have their tricks, we have ours.
So what's the
So
dynamic between you guys' relationship? Like you just have peaceful or respectful peace
more
between you?
respectful. Yeah.
Yeah, respectful peace or
Like,
peace, but
what do you call it? A gentleman's agreement?
right.
It's kind of like that. It's like, we won't destroy you, but we could.
Yeah, and it'd
You
just
know.
be painful for both sides.
Yeah, it's not going to do any good. Exactly. But they know not to mess with us. It's, but they found your world just became very vulnerable. Its defenses went down, and
Hmm.
it just became just a target. So the
Is,
beings that came here, your elite, your Illuminati, they just put a lock on your planet, basically.
is that the nature of the universe itself, or is that just an offshoot of it? It's like, how should we interpret that when we're open and vulnerable and
Well,
we trust the universe?
well, it's the universe is saying how interesting to see that happen. But it's like it was this planet's free will, or the people's free will, to let those defenses fall down. And so a contract was made to go through what that would, when the defenses were down and all in manipulations came in, it was like, well, we can stop this, but we are getting a lot out of it. It's like we're learning a lot from these attacks. So instead of ending it and asking for assistance, the Earth, humanity just agreed upon going into it. So it's like, you're going into is it a whirlpool or quicksand? It's not exactly the same, but it's energy wise, it's very similar.
If they're
But
so much the universe, why do the lessons feel like they keep repeating? I
that's
feel like
that's the human race.
okay. Well, it's just
That's
both experiencing the same
that.
story over and over.
Yeah, it's the human race. Yeah, the universe is like, you don't have to go through this anymore. But the human race obviously has not learned.
Yeah,
You
it's like a
know,
yeah,
they give human race chances, so you don't have to go through this anymore. And many of you just get frustrated. It's like, okay, I'm out of here. I did
yeah.
everything I could.
You could only show them the door, you know.
Exactly. And that's what many of you are. You're going into this higher frequency. Doesn't mean you're going to have to come back here. I mean, you can if you want to, but many of you are just like, we're connecting more to the higher frequencies. We're putting our energy out. Hey, you guys don't have to go through this anymore. And humanity just says, I don't know what you're talking about. So, okay, well, we're out of here. We'll
Right.
help you in a higher dimension level now because we did everything we could physically.
Well, I feel like I could still do more. You know, I'm still got some, pep in my step. But I see you
Yeah.
guys like the gatekeepers holding our diplomas. Do you have any advice for the collective on us graduating to an awareness? Because I'd like to get myself my mission complete papers and move out of this limbo.
Oh yeah, that's coming. Yeah. It's just that you have a contract where you are.
Right.
So yeah, once that contract's up, yeah, it's just a contract that I'll say yours is like 1,000 years in the making. Not that you have to be there for 1,000 years, but
This is back to the Genghis Khan days.
it seems like it's long, but it's actually short.
Right.
I know it's obviously telling humans that it's like, oh, geez, you're not living this though. Yeah, you knew your dad is an insectoid being. He was used to be very powerful, mind
Mm,
control energies, and you actually defeated him many, many times. I don't think you're an insectoid being, though. You're a human of
yeah.
some kind, and you outsmarted him. Not to be out, he didn't do it for ego purposes. Did it to stop him.
Right.
So you got stuck in his ways. So and just being, as he is right now. So
Has he
that's why
made?
your mom's
Yeah.
with him. Yeah.
Has he made a shift in his kind of trajectory of his soul path after this incarnation? Has that
Um.
as our
Yeah, a
relationship
little bit.
moved and
He goes forward, then he goes backwards.
yeah,
Yeah.
he loves his old ways, but I don't know if he's kind of softened up his stance, but if he's just the same warmonger that he's going to be.
And he doesn't like to show it, but yeah, it feels like he's gotten a lot better.
All
Like
right,
it's all internal though. He's softened up. It became more of a softie, you can say.
right, right. You know,
And
and
that's because you're there, kids are there.
the cat's here too.
Well, it
He's like,
feels like you're there so he doesn't get all, you know, so he doesn't get stuck in his old ways. I mean,
yeah,
obviously he's doing that now, but so he doesn't go any further.
yeah. Just go off on a tangent, and then you can't get him back. The momentum
Yeah,
with him.
it's like, yeah, you're more of the parent position than the kid,
Yeah, I'm probably getting
and
help this month.
yeah, it's just you're there just watching over the kid, I would say. Yeah, so it doesn't make the same mistakes again. Doesn't mean you're gonna be there forever now.
Right, right. Well, yeah.
I feel this year you might get out of there, maybe, or see a light at the end of the tunnel.
Well, that's the timeline that I'm planting. I told them that, I've been
Hmm.
saying that this is the year and I'm making moves, so yeah, I'm just trying to prepare him mentally as well. And
Yeah,
my
so might
be
it
out the
might be
door, quickly
yeah,
attached back.
might be the end of the year. Like I do see possibly like December, but like August you'll get a better idea, even maybe before that.
Hopefully.
But August you'll get a better idea, and it's just like they're pulling along. Yeah, I would wait to see what happens in April.
Yeah, definitely
Uh,
things picking up, right?
Probably not. I mean, yeah, we just see a lot of timeline changes. Doesn't mean it's going to derail you from your direction, though.
Not
But
like I have anything, any dog in the race on this main timeline going on right now. So I'm just
you do, but you're just letting it play out. If you get involved, then you're stuck here.
yeah.
It's like, yeah, the less you get
Well,
involved with this main timeline, the better.
I want to live here, and experience this place, but on my own terms. I don't want to just leave it and abandon it. But if I gotta be here, I don't want to just go along with the program. So I'm just trying to work out my own way that I can finesse my own timeline, while everyone,
Yeah,
learning their lessons.
yeah, that'll happen. Yep. It's just this year, a lot's going to unravel.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like you're going down the ramp to a better life.
Yeah. It's all downhill from here.
Yeah, going downhill from the mountain. So yeah, it's like you're the middle of the mountain now, but you're getting to the top. So then you can go right down,
Yeah, I
and
feel
you're out of there.
it.
So
All right, good deal. I appreciate that. Thank you.
yes,
Blessings.
blessings.
Yes, so do you have any messages for me? I just received like 2 or 3 raven messages or like bird messages or ram from or anything about carrion coming in like recently.
Oh, the ravens. So those are your relatives. I don't. They show you like taking a dark entity and then shooting him like an arrow. Yeah, so you can so basically you can go into a haunted house and just clear those energies out within a few days, maybe even
Yeah.
sooner.
Yeah, I feel that before I go into an haunted house and they say, "Oh, come, let's check out this haunted house." And I start working on the haunted house before I go there, and by the time I'm there, it's not haunted anymore. And I'm like, there's nothing here.
Well, I do seem like your energy.
Sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah, you do turn into your energy does turn into a creature and just scare them out.
Yeah.
So,
I'm even
or
scarier than the
yeah,
scariest.
yeah. You mirror their energies back to them and say, "This doesn't need to be here anymore," and
Yeah.
you even send
So
them back to where they came from. Yeah.
So I have like there okay I dreamt tonight a really strange dream. I sometimes dream that I take out rats and I have like this rat poison I usually go around and use and there was a man that I know in life that he was like um, picking up the wood from the floor and then pouring the rat poison down the floor. And it was any messages on that? Like,
Well,
what's the
he's
message
pouring the
for him?
rat poison because he doesn't understand them. It feels like, I mean, the rats, I don't see you battling them. I mean, maybe some, but usually you're pretty friends with them. It's like, I feel like you sometimes pay them off. Thank you for scaring those people out of that house. Or thanks for doing
Oh,
that. That's what I see you doing.
yeah, there was a man with white hair, really tall, and he kind of was there too in the dream, which was really strange. But okay, any
Yeah.
messages on my social life that will occur? Because it has been very social and it will probably be more.
Yeah, I do see some old ladies connecting with you also, that need your guidance, and even if they didn't even need to be here on the planet any much longer. So, yeah. So someone would get some spiritual advice of where they should go next.
Oh, okay.
So,
And
yeah. But your social life is, you brought some of that energy from Astral here. It's like, this place is getting boring. I did what I need to do. Let's start the party up, people.
yeah.
So, but of course, you're learning from them, and they're learning from you. But it feels like you're doing astral work with them. I mean,
Yeah.
on multiple levels. I'm not going into details. That's kind of off limits, it seems.
Yeah. So, also any messages personally from what you could
Oh,
like?
yeah. So I don't know this movie. Bed knobs and broomsticks. For some reason, you have a connection to that. And also, what is it? Mary Poppins. When there people are floating up in the room, people that
Yeah.
float. The Mary Poppins world you're coming from. Now, I don't know if you're Mary Poppins. I don't know that. You might have been, but yeah, the Mary Poppins world where physics doesn't is a little bit different there than it is here. People going through chimneys and stuff like that.
Cool.
Like a cartoon world showing up. That yeah, you're one of those people that can bring that in.
Yeah, I come from cartoon realities, which
Exactly.
they're so you said Ben Rabs and broomsticks?
Bed knobs and broomsticks. It's a Disney movie, I believe. It's about witches. Mhm.
Yeah.
Something
Yeah.
about that. They're not giving me details. They're just telling me. Yeah, like you're
Do you,
probably the lady that was in it, the
do
main
you see me
character.
coming to have any like socially acceptable man, like a warlock around me, like that's not afraid to have an interaction with a
That's not
witch?
bad.
Yeah.
Slim pickings. Well, just keep sticking out, hang out with your social crew. I feel like with your social crew, you're building up a trust energy there, so you can yeah, so you can make this
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah, that's my trust issues are going to, yeah, just kidding.
No,
Well,
no, it's not that bad. Your trust issues are, they're not too trusting either. I don't see that. I think it's
yeah,
pretty balanced, actually.
yeah, thanks for that. And
No, I see it's
thank
very
you.
balanced. Yeah.
Yeah, I will let other have their
All right.
questions. Yes,
Blessings.
thank you. Blessings.
Yeah, since I found out I've got some Sasquatch DNA in me. My intuition, I pick up that Sasquatch were here before the Atlanteans because they don't use ships; they use portals. They just hit portal, and then Stargate, and there's no telling where they live. I'll get to that first, but so I think that they were here before the Atlanteans and uh,
Hmm.
do you pick that up as well?
Yeah, some of them were. Yeah.
Fixing ley lines and making portals as well. Is that what? Do you see the same thing, or is my intuition kind of?
No, that's correct. I mean, there's the past of this Earth is so mixed up at this point. I mean, yes, there's. I mean, some will say this was a Sasquatch planet before it was a human planet, which is not necessarily wrong. I mean, in other dimensions, that's true. But yeah, Sasquatch, all these different beings have a place in here seeding the earth. So, but human was always here in some form. So,
Well,
but yeah,
I was
but
wanting to
before
ask,
Atlantis, yeah.
what planet are they from, and what is their actual real name of the species?
Well, they come from all over the place. I mean, some of them are another version of human, basically. Like some would say that the Sasquatch is what humans were intended to be on this planet. So, what planet? A lot of them come from Sirius. Everybody comes from Sirius, apparently.
Yeah, that's a lot of mixed. That's a melting pot.
Yeah, that seems to be. Well, that's Sirius was never here to cause difficult. They have difficulties, but other beings obviously brought their problems here. So, but yeah, it's Alpha Centauri. There are some Bigfoot. Now, the name of the Bigfoot, there's many names. That's a very third dimensional. Yeah, Sasquatch, Bigfoot's fine. So
Okay.
some of them, I mean, some of the Sasquatch is called the Henry. Mhm. Oh, Henry and was it Henry and Hendersons? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, the Henry, Mhm. The Henry Bigfoot people. Yeah. So yeah.
And I was wanting to ask about silver. I started collecting very little bit, but um, what do you see? Of course, it's always going up, but what do you see in the future?
Gold's always going to be worth more. But silver is always going to be good. It's more affordable. It's going to go up. It does get manipulated more than gold, it seems, at least from my perspective, because it could be higher.
Okay. And one more question. I've been having a hard time sleeping. And like I'll put like a Crown Royal bag or a nice bag and put what crystals that I think that I need, to help me dream or whatever. But I've been so I've used the mixed crystals, and then here lately I've been using Moldavite and Liberian Desert Glass and Tettite. But it doesn't matter which setup I use, I can't sleep. And like amethyst is supposed to help you sleep. And then I use essential oils. I put lavender on me. What's is it? Is there any rhyme or reason why I'm not sleeping or can't?
Well, because there's not a lot. I mean, you're going through a lot of stress. Well, I mean, this is up to you. I recommend you just sleeping whenever you get tired. And when you're awake, you just stay awake.
Yeah.
If you're awake all day, or wake up all day.
Well, I'm that guy that's still a slave to time. I like to still go to sleep at the same time. And when I'm off is a different story. I'll sleep in a couple hours, but I keep that first shift. I try. It's like I have to. I don't know why. But I don't want to get all messed up and be like up all night and then go to work, and then it's going to be a pain in the butt to get.
Well, the other thing is to find what is it? Vitamins that can like root vitamins that can put you to sleep. There are certain type of vitamins that you can take that'll just knock you out, but I don't know what those are at this time.
Well, like melatonin, you're supposed to only take 10 milligrams. There's sometimes I take like 50 milligrams.
Well, the other thing is just be busier during the day. Of course, that's difficult, but to wear yourself out.
Well, with my hip, it's still not 100%. So I would go jog. I would go do a lot of things, but I'm not able to do that.
Just do what you can. Yeah, if you can't sleep, then find something to. You can write something, or typing, reading will put you to sleep.
Oh, and I got to slip this back in. So I've asked this question a while back. Like I might eat one time every other day, and that was because my vibrations rising. Well, now it's getting to where I'll get so hungry, and I'll go get something, and I'll have to go and put my finger down my throat and get it off my stomach completely. Any thoughts on that?
Well, your body's still healing. That's why. So your body needs more food right now. Not too much, but because you're not moving around too, so you're going through. So you can say some depression. So some of it's depression eating. So.
Okay, I see a lot of hands. I
do recommend reading though.
Yeah.
That'll knock you
I can't
out.
concentrate though either, but
you're gonna have to do something.
Yeah. Well, I see a lot of hands up, so blessings. Thank you.
Blessings.
Yes, I'll go. Hello.
Yes.
So you mentioned two movies to Daria, and I think they're both set in London. So I was wondering about Tarzan. My connection is that why I'm drawn to England, because he's from there?
Yeah, definitely. There's also a French connection to Tarzan too. Like it was like half English, half France. Something like that. There's some French DNA there also. Scandinavian also, a little bit at least. Yeah.
Just wondering about why I'm drawn to London. What would happen if I go there? Will I meet one of my parallel lives? Or
Yeah, possibly you want to live there. I mean, even with everything going on, it feels like you can find, happiness there. Feels like you'll feel more at home. You just have an understanding of it.
I am kind of worried though, because Princess Diana says not really that she doesn't recommend it. But what about like one of the suburbs like Windsor or
Yeah.
Brighton?
Yeah. You don't have to live in in the middle of it all. But it does look like somewhere in London or England you'll enjoy a lot. So
Oh yeah, another. Can you tell me more about like connection to the shard? I don't know. I didn't dream about it.
about the what is it? The
The
shard?
shard. Yeah, the building.
Building? The shard?
The shard. It's a pyramid in
Oh.
London.
Oh yeah. It's something that's in your dreams, it seems. It seems like it's an entry point. It shows up in Astral a lot. So there's a structure just like that in Astral that's pretty much similar to it. It's a lot of truth comes out of a lot of, you say, esoteric energies. A lot of the magic so it's bringing in the knowledge from Astral and through that structure into London. So
Is it like a portal, kind of like the Eiffel Tower?
Mm-hmm.
So the shard and Eiffel Tower, are they both kind of positive or negative or both?
About neutral both. Yeah. Eiffel Tower is just as you know, a giant portal. It's alien technology, technically.
Yeah, I made a thing when I first came here to Austin. I made a pyramid out of the clay in the ground here, and it looks exactly like the shard. It's even got the cut the slices in the middle, and I think it was 5 years before it was built.
Yeah. So
was I like showing that? Like,
yeah, you you're definitely a parallel self of you as living there. But you came to Austin just to clear out this frequency. It's not that England doesn't have its own problems, but you have to take your knowledge somewhere else. So that's why you're in Austin, because you're definitely needed there.
oh yeah, they built the biggest indoor water park near me. Is that for me, or did I inspire that somehow?
Yeah, there's some. Yeah, I mean it's something that's needed there. Yeah.
Oh, I was wondering about my granite. It's from here. Would that work better than like a crystal that I buy, or does it have like a crystal energy?
Yeah, it does. Yeah. You have a way of well, you have a way of cleansing the energies of it. So
I also have a flint. It's kind of an interesting shape. It also looks kind of like a pyramid. Is that kind of like similar to a crystal energy?
yes. Yeah. I mean, you have your own way of connecting to the pyramids. Yeah, to Sirius, but also it's connected to Orion. So they do show you with a staff with a pyramid at the top of it. That you used to carry with you.
Oh, hey, can you tell me do you have any Saturn beings around me or any connections?
You see, like there's more Palladium beings. Saturn. I mean, you had Saturn beings around your childhood. Not so much anymore. I mean, they come and go, but it's usually more positive at this point.
Diana said I got rid of the Pleiadians got rid of my all my implants, or
Yeah.
whatever was left.
Yeah, I don't see it. It might be remnants of old, implants a little bit, but not much left. Seems like you're just rebuilding your energy currently.
As you think.
Right.
All right, I got one question. When I had my last major activation, I had a personal session with Ivan. Since it happened under what society would be considered taboo, since I felt conflicted about using my abilities freely, does my higher self have any messages on opening myself to more while discerning what I'm here to do while balancing my desires?
Well, yeah, you're always going to be doing what you're here to do, but yeah, it does look like your desires are you say not in a back seat, but they're not as prominent as they were. Yeah, I mean they're still there, just it's a prolonged timeline for it to happen. It keeps getting extended, but it feels like it's helping your energy field overall. What you're here to do, though, that's helpful. Well,
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much the cryptic kind of response I was.
it's just that just that your pleasure is for later.
Right. Right.
Right now, you have to work. Right now.
Yes. Yeah. All right. I'll leave it at that. All right, thank you very much. Bye.
Hi. I was wondering if you can tell me why was it that the Romans killed Jesus?
Well, yeah, it's more of like the Jewish influence because the Jewish, I guess it was all about money. I guess that Jews wouldn't do work with the Romans anymore unless he was killed. There's various different. You're always gonna get different answers for that one.
So,
uh, yeah.
so were the Jews more pissed off about his religious teachings, or is it more about a money
The
thing?
priests. The priests had felt threatened by him. He was doing these things that they felt was of the devil. Of course, what they were doing is of the devil. So they just wanted him out. He was just changing things too much. Too many people are turning against him, against the priesthood. So yeah, you can say they kind of forced, in some regard, the Romans to get involved. It doesn't say the Romans wanted anything to do with it.
Okay, so they drove the sword, but it wasn't really their doing. It wasn't political. It was religious. Gotcha.
It's probably it's religious / financial.
Yeah.
Well, it was Jesus was hitting on their belief systems. They didn't like that. They wanted to be them. They liked the way things were before he showed up. Because they were in control and everything. He was there to pull away the control. So yeah. So they're kind of like the mafia. The Jewish priests. It wasn't everybody. It's always a few that cause that. The money changers. Yeah.
I wonder, would you be able to tell what Jesus thinks about our current tax system? Because I wonder so we got hundreds of millions of people paying taxes. Aren't we all getting horrible negative karma when that's used to drop bombs on other people?
Well, because you're being forced to pay taxes. So not necessarily. Now, if you feel like you get karma for that, yeah, but not really, because people are just being forced to do it. Now, if you want to bomb things, yeah, you're probably gonna. Here's some money. Here's some tax money. Go bomb those people. That might be karma, but no, not really. I mean, it all depends on the person if they feel like they should get karma for it. Most don't think about it. So,
Okay, thank you for that. Blessings.
Blessings.
Yeah, so I was just sitting here and wondering, going back to the guy again, because he's not actually mentally living, and I'm like usually having a pretty broad perspective of what that is, and then I try to go away and just push him away, and then I start to feel like a heartbeat. What is that? I'm like, what the fuck?
Mhm.
So
So, yeah. What is it you want to know? Or
yeah, what is that? What is he try? Is it a manipulation now, or what is it? Like, what do you get from that? Because
no,
I'm like,
he's just battling himself. He's battling his morality, is what I can see.
I mean, because you mentioned like, because him not taking contact, it is on him. What is actually meaning? It is on him. Like, does he lose any timelines? Is it karmic? What is it?
Well, he feels bad about it, so it is causing him a lot of difficulties to think clearly and, you know, make more bad
But
decisions.
I mean, he didn't do anything that's really bad, which is
Yeah, but he's not contacting you either. It feels like there is some, well, if you don't see it as bad, that's fine. But for him, it feels like he's just fighting his emotions and feelings and thoughts and everything. So,
I guess that's what I'm receiving constantly. Like,
yeah.
why the fuck? Yeah.
Yeah, you don't see
Is
no
it?
big deal, but he sees it as a big deal.
Oh yeah. Hmm.
From what we can see.
Okay.
So it's his conflict. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, how can I like block people out of my system? Is it due in time or because like I need
Get your mind
the
off of it.
yeah, because I mean, I feel like it's like leeching on, really.
Yeah, you need a hobby.
Yeah,
You need a project of some kind that your heart wants to do, whatever that is. Then
I
you'll
need a
feel his
hobby.
energy.
Or
Yeah,
he. Oh, yeah, okay.
something. Yeah,
Okay.
something
So,
that
anyway,
keeps your mind busy.
yeah, sleep. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I have, does baby have any messages for me from Astral? That's the cat.
She would just kick his ass. So she feels like he's just wasting everybody's time.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
yeah, she hisses at him every once in a while in Astral. So she's not too impressed by him. Well, he's like a lot of talk and no play. So
Okay.
he's self sabotaging himself.
Yeah,
He was building up
exactly.
karma for himself. It's not just your situations, other situations too. So he's just abusing his power. So
Yeah, used to do that, I guess.
yeah, it's going to come back to him eventually.
Yeah, and what will happen then? Like, what is when the karmic hits back on? Like, I have stupid questions tonight, but I don't usually live in 3D. I'm usually in astral, and this is 3D for me. So that's what I'm asking.
But I don't know. It's not clear. Like he'll grow old and have amnesia or something. It's not clear. It hasn't been set in motion what's going to happen yet.
Oh,
But
okay.
some people you'll backstab. It'll come back to them.
Oh,
Won't be pretty.
wow. Yeah. So,
Possibly he might get a disease too. So I mean, you asked.
yeah. I love answers. I'm
Yeah.
curious being so. Okay.
Mm.
So, any messages on why I dream about wars? Uh, that it's currently, um, I've seen buildings totally destroyed, and we were watching out for, I think there was artificial intelligence, like robots. and they were after those suckers, I guess. And the field was empty, and we were moving around like in daytime. And yeah, I had few of
I believe we're
those.
running out of time also. So we
Yeah.
only have a couple more minutes.
Oh yeah, I mean, you mean here or in the
Yep.
dream?
We
What?
only have a couple more minutes. I have
Yeah.
to go.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah, it's the impossible timelines. That's all.
Okay. Yeah.
So they're trying to bring a war into this reality.
Okay.
So they're trying to stop it.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Well, thank you.
right.
Bye.